Gold has always had a voice. It never shouts. It never begs. It whispers, softly, patiently, until the listener forgets what silence once sounded like. Long before the world was divided by borders and names, before maps pretended to understand the land, there existed a village hidden between rolling green hills and a slow, winding river. The people there did not call themselves wealthy. They did not need to. Their lives were measured in seasons, not coins. They woke with the sun and slept when the stars grew heavy in the sky. Children ran barefoot along the dirt paths, their laughter echoing freely, untouched by fear. Elders gathered each evening beneath a great fig tree, telling stories passed down through generations. Stories about balance, restraint, and the quiet power of knowing when enough was enough. The river was the heart of the village. It fed them, watered their crops, and carried away their worries with its gentle current. The villagers believed the river was alive, not in the way animals were alive, but in a deeper sense. It remembered. It watched. It responded. Take only what you need, the elders taught. The land gives when it is respected. For generations, this belief kept the village safe. Until the rains came. That year, the sky opened without mercy. Rain fell for days, then weeks, turning paths into streams and fields into mud. The river swelled, its calm surface transforming into a restless force that crept beyond its banks. When the waters finally receded, the village gathered at the edge of the river to assess the damage. That was when they saw it. At first, no one spoke. Sunlight struck something beneath the wet earth, reflecting sharply, almost painfully. A child pointed. Someone knelt. Hands brushed away the mud. Gold. Not dust carried by chance. Not tiny flakes lost to time. This was gold in thick veins, bright and undeniable, woven through the riverbed like a promise waiting to be claimed. A hush fell over the crowd, the kind that comes just before laughter or grief. Then a murmur. Then voices rose, overlapping, trembling with disbelief. We'll never starve again. Our children will live better than we did. This is a blessing. The elders did not celebrate. They stood apart, faces carved with unease, eyes fixed not on the gold but on the river itself. Gold does not belong to us, one elder said quietly. The river gives, and the river takes. But whispers are dangerous things. They slip into the mind when reason grows tired. They promise comfort, security, escape. And soon, the whispers grew louder than the warnings. At first, the villagers were cautious. They gathered gold only during daylight. They took small amounts. They told themselves it was temporary, just enough to ease their lives. There was an old rule, one spoken rarely but never forgotten. Never take gold after sunset. The elders said the river slept at night, and disturbing it in darkness awakened something ancient. Something that did not forgive. For a time, the rule was obeyed. Until a man named Koro decided rules were for poorer men. He was not greedy, he told himself. He was practical. With gold, his family could leave the village, start anew, live without fear of hunger. One night, long after the moon had risen, Koro slipped from his home and walked to the riverbank. He did not return. At dawn, they found him lying near the water. His body bore no wounds. His skin was cold. His hands were clenched tightly around gold, so tightly that they had to pry his fingers open. His face told the rest of the story. Eyes wide, jaw locked. A terror so complete it seemed to echo even after death. The elders wept. This is the warning, they said. Leave the gold. Respect the river. But fear does not always stop desire. Sometimes, it sharpens it. The village changed slowly at first, then all at once. Neighbors stopped sharing meals. Smiles grew thin. People hid their gold beneath floors, inside walls, beneath beds. Children were told to stay away from the river. Elders spoke less, their stories falling silent as no one stayed to listen. At night, strange sounds drifted through the hills. Some said it was the wind. Others swore they heard crying, or laughter, low and distant. Still, the digging continued. Just a little more, they said. Just enough to be safe. The river began to change. Its water darkened. Fish vanished. Crops nearest the banks withered, their roots drowned in poisoned soil. Yet no rain fell. One night, without warning, the river rose. It surged beyond its boundaries, swallowing fields, then homes. People fled in panic as water claimed everything in its path. By morning, the river had returned to its bed, calm and silent once more. The gold was gone. So were the people who had taken the most. No bodies were ever found. The survivors stood among the ruins, clutching nothing but regret. Soon after, they abandoned the land, scattering in every direction, carrying with them a lesson learned too late. Today, nothing marks where the village once stood. No stones. No names. No graves. Only a quiet river, flowing as if nothing had ever happened. Some say the gold is still there, waiting for new hands. Others say the river remembers. Because wealth can feed you, but greed will always starve something else. Some stories fade. This one echoes.